Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that you guys understand the fundamentals of After Effects, you understand how the program works, how you can use the dynamic link between Premiere Pro and After Effects, and you guys have also dove into text, solids, shape layers, and adjustment layers, it's time to wrap all of those up in an actionable step to make sure that we understand what's happening. Now, although you might find difficulty in this basic actionable step, this is your first step in confirming that you are understanding how After Effects is working. Once we confirm that you know how After Effects is working, we can start learning the more complex things, and more practice is going to lead to more understanding, is going to lead to bigger confidence in our skills inside of After Effects. So this being said, guys, let's dive right in. Today's actionable step is really simple. You guys can find the raw footage down below. All that I want of you guys is to basically download the raw footage, put it into Premiere Pro. I want you to chop it up inside of Premiere Pro. After you've cut it up inside of Premiere Pro, I want you to take that whole sequence and bring it into After Effects. Now in After Effects, I want you to just follow what I say in the video. In the video, I say this is some text. I want you guys to add in your own special text. In the video, I also say this is how you add in a solid layer. I want you guys to add in a cool background with the text. And lastly, I say this is how you add some cool shapes. I want you guys to add in a background with the text with the cool shapes, and that would be perfect. This being said, if you guys don't know how to go through this, you can go ahead and follow along with me. It's only going to take us 10 minutes to go through this whole thing. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first step is obviously launching up Premiere Pro. So let's go ahead and boot up Premiere Pro. And as Premiere Pro is launching, you can think of the entire process that we're going to be following to do this. It's very simple and straightforward. Cut it up inside of Premiere Pro, dynamic link into After Effects, and edit inside of After Effects. So I'm going to add in a new project, just call it After Effects Actionable 1. Let's just call it whatever, right? We're going to go ahead and skip the import page. Let's go ahead and drag the project files over to the bottom left as usual. And let's go ahead and, since this is a horizontal video, let's add in a new sequence and go for YouTube 1080p or horizontal 1080p. Now this being said, let's drag in our raw footage and get started on the edit. We're going to drag in the raw footage, which is this one over here, which you guys can download, and we're going to drag it into our timeline. And the first step is making the cuts as usual. So let's go ahead and chop up the empty footage up front. This is After Effects. Now let's go ahead and empty this space in the middle. No need to do J-cuts, by the way. In After Effects, you can add text. You can even create a high quality background. And you can even create high quality shapes like these. Perfect, and there we go, that's it. So this is step one. We cut out the silence from Premiere Pro. You guys already know how to do this stuff. Now it's time to dive into After Effects. So we got to select all of these. Don't just select one of them, make sure you select all of them. Right click and replace with After Effects composition. This is going to replace all of our video and all of our footage inside of Premiere Pro with an After Effects composition, which means now whatever we do inside of After Effects is going to affect our Premiere Pro timeline, which is perfect. It's exactly what we're looking for. So let's give this thing a moment to load in, and then we'll go ahead and dive right into it. Anytime now, give it a moment. Anytime now, After Effects. After Effects taking a second now. All right, it's loading it in. Awesome. So once you guys understand that you can select multiple clips inside of Premiere Pro and dive into After Effects, that's always the first thing that a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their head around. So now it's going to ask us to save the project file. I am going to save it because, as I told you guys, it's super important to save them. So I'm going to call this Actionable 1. Let's go ahead and save it. And when we drag it in, you guys can see the 4 different video layers, which are our videos. Now, this might be this might be new for you guys, right? Because it's the first time you see 4 video layers in After Effects, but they behave just as Premiere Pro and they are nice and simple. So these are our 4 layers. This is After Effects. In After Effects, you can add text. You can even create a high quality background. And you can even create high quality shapes like these. There we go. Let's go ahead and get to work. So in the first clip over here, I say you can create text. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and add new and add text. And I'm just going to place the text above all of these just because it's easier. I'm actually going to place it above our current layer. Now I don't want the text to appear on other places in the video. So for this reason, it's very important to do this. We need to cut up the text. And this is something I actually haven't taught you guys. Now, I will be teaching this to you guys in other courses just because it's a simple thing. It's a very simple shortcut. You just select your layer and you click Control-Shift-D. Control-Shift-D, and it's going to cut it, and then you can have your cut, okay? But instead, we could just drag in the ends like this, and we're going to be good to go. So we're going to add our text to the last 3 because we want our text to start here, continue to here, and continue to here. So on our text, we can type out, this is text in After Effects or whatever, Okay, and we can head over to our properties panel and just make sure that all our settings are correct. We've got our Nexa font, it's in heavy. I think the font should be a bit bigger, so I'm going to double click on this and increase the font size. And I like the way that this is. This is looking good. We can actually add a paragraph over here and then select all of our text like so, and then just extend the size. And then we could just kind of make this top one light. This is just me stylizing things a bit better. Okay. In After Effects, you can add text. There we go. So step one is complete. We have added in text. Awesome. All of these settings are very solid for me. These look really good. We haven't learned any effects or any animator tools, so we're not going to add anything else. The second part, we say we can actually add in solid. So we're going to right click new and solid. And let's just make sure this one is a nice dark gray. That's pretty good for me. Okay. Now we want the solid to start over here. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink it down. So we're going to shrink out the part over here and just leave the second part over there and just place it on top of our, under our text actually. Add text. You can even create a high quality background, and you can even create, and then we've got the shape layer. So this is done for this one. Lastly, we've got the shape layers. We're going to right click, add a new shape layer, and then we're going to trim this down over to here and just add this on top of both of these, which is good. And then we want to basically add in two shapes. We want some kind of shape in the top and some kind of shape in the bottom. So let's go ahead and do this. We can get started on a polygon over here. Something like this. I could use our cursor tool to bring it to the bottom, or you could simply go down into your polystar and your transform and move its position over, move its position over to here. Great. I want to make a triangle, so I'm going to drop the points to 3 under my polystar path, which controls our content, and I'm just going to make it slightly more round. That works pretty nicely. Then for the stroke, I want to completely remove it because I don't like the way that the stroke looks. And for the fill color, I like it, but I'm going to go for something slightly lighter. Awesome. Okay, that's it for our first shape. Now we add in our second shape. We could do it under the same shape layer, or we can add in another one. I'm going to add in another one. So we're going to add in another shape layer and also resize it over to here. But this time, let's draw out a square over here in the bottom right. Let's open up this rectangle. Open up the rectangle path and give it a little bit of roundness, which is good. Let's go ahead and delete the stroke because I don't want any stroke, and this is very good. Awesome. And that's it for our first actionable step. This is After Effects. In After Effects, you can add text. You can even create a high quality background, and you can even create high quality shapes like these. There we go, guys. This is perfect, and that's exactly our first actionable step. So with this being said, guys, that's it for actionable step number 1. If you guys are able to understand how all these functions work in After Effects, although they are baby steps, it's time to move on to the big things. And the next big part is understanding how we can animate before we start stylizing things and understanding how we can make them look really, really good. So with this being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into animations in the next episode, where we're going to be uncovering how we can animate inside of After Effects and mastering the art of animations inside of this big program. I'll see you guys there.